Jeff and Danny, are you with me?
We are. We can hear you, kind of. What's going on, Laura?
Talking to you.
Nice. How lucky is your day?
Wow. I'm very lucky.
Happy birthday, Laura.
Happy birthday?
Yes, early birthday. Early birthday because you're talking to us today.
Oh, yes, what a wonderful birthday present. I can't wait till you guys come up so you can give me my spankings.
Oh, we can do this.
We
just make sure you talk up for us because we are in the desert recording, so service and reception is pretty wild out here.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yep, I gotcha.
Okay.
I hope everybody listening enjoyed the first song that wasn't us.
Yes.
We can't upload that stuff either with the technical difficulties, but you get to hear more of our amazing voices, which is so much better than listening to actual music. Yep.
Yes, we have Jeff, George, and Danny have merged together to make a band called Harlot. Unfortunately, we are not able to spin any of that music just yet. They are having to wait for the finish of that album. And are you in the desert recording the music, or are you doing the videos?
Just writing and recording. Yeah, we're actually doing the actual album right now, which is obviously going to be your favorite album of all time, and then soon to be everybody else's, so we have to make sure it's really good. So they moved us out here because it's less likely for us to get in trouble in the desert. Yeah, we don't know any cocaine dealers here.
Yeah.
And I don't even do drugs.
So which desert are you guys in?
We're in La Quinta right now, like Palm Desert.
Ah. So
really tough. All these old fuckers out here keep us up all night, and they're getting all wild, trying to make us drink. Yep.
What are they making you guys?
We don't drink, but we'll have one. I'll do one. I'm not drinking, but I'll try one. I'll have one.
Okay. What are you guys drinking?
We got some wine and some beer up in this bitch right now. Nice good old-fashioned coldie, the high life, just like Grandpa would have had. The champagne of beer. Same thing.
Miller High Life in the...
Who's right? Full clown. One sorry. That's for Eric German. Full clown. I'm sorry. For the information superhighway. But then when people when we're out like tearing it up a little bit, then we'll play the stuff for everybody. But then we can't do it to all the masses as of yet.
Now, what made you guys decide to merge together and come up with a separate band from the bands that you're currently in?
Well, we've all just wanted to play rock and roll our whole lives, and like have it be like our work and our personal thing that we put our hearts into. And when we all met, it was just kind of, each of us had this dream, and each of us coming together, it was like, oh, we have like a band's worth of people here. It would just be enough to start a whole band. Yeah, almost the whole band. Then we had It's So Wrong It's Right. Yeah. Then It's So Right It's Wrong. Yeah, I think speaking of our lawyer Eric, he put me and Danny together, and once we had met, it was like, I wouldn't say it was love at first sight, but it was love at first sight. And then as soon as we started writing music together and just hanging, we literally started writing music the next day. We tore it down one night, and then the next night we literally started writing music, and it was just on like immediately. And then when we met with Bruno, who Danny had just started kind of working with at that point. Bruno's our drummer, Mr. Bruno Agra, who's amazing. Then he was just like the same way. It was just on fucking fire. Everything he played, I was like, that's the fucking shit right there, And from there, it spawned into like, all right, let's do this thing. So we started looking for a bass player for Harlot, and we had about 600 submissions through the industry. And a name that popped up was Brian Weaver. And a.k.a. the Philly cheesesteak, and I was like, fuck, is that Brian Weaver from the band Silvertide, which was one of my favorite bands. I was a huge fan, and still am a fan of them with Walt and Nick and everybody in that band, and it was him, but I knew he lived in Philly, so I was like, fuck it, I'll email him and see if he by chance would be interested, and he had just moved to L.A. that week. So boom, Harlot was made, and ever since, we wrote 92 songs.
Holy.
In and out of trips to the bar over the last 8 months for this record. So if that gives you any indication of how easy it is to work with each other and make music and how much we enjoy it. I don't think there's anything better ever in the world
than being able to step on stage with your actual friends and actual people that you like and play music. That's just got to be the most amazing thing in the world. That's like going to work every day with people that you really, really enjoy. And to me, that fucking rules.
Well, it definitely makes everything a lot easier.
Yeah.
So,
and then we'll all hate each other by next year, so then we'll have to break up, restart.
So out of those 92 songs you guys have written, how many are you putting on the album?
93.
Yeah.
One of them's just us talking. We're just going to do it this
interview is actually all of side one.
Oh, God.
It's coming out in an 8-record package.
Yep, first album, box set.
Actually, if you want to hear something that's a little sneaky...
always.
We weren't going to tell anybody, but we're
going to tell you.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
George Valley. Well, he's not saying anything.
He's going to get a phone call right now from George.
If our phones start going off, even though they're on silent, you can blame George Wallace Valley, who's our A&R and our hostess, who's incredible. But we have so many songs, and we're attached to so many of them for this Harlot record that we are going to do a double album right out of the get.
That's right, double record.
Wow.
Which are totally murder-suicide in this day and age, and that's awesome. Yep.
So, is all the members of Harlot from bands already? I mean, are all of you have projects that are, like you're with Sebastian Bach and Danny's with Asking Alexandria. So, are your other bandmates also in another band outside of it?
Well, Brian Weaver's obviously in Silvertide. Bruno used to play for people like Cedric Manowar, Lady Gaga.
A lot of work on records like Sepultura and things of that nature. So we've all done, lots of different things if you go through our whole past. But this is definitely not a super group of any sort. This is a full-on, real mega group band, and I mean we're all 1,000% committed to it. So yes, we've all had other entities and things that we do, but this is definitely a full-on new band, that's for sure. But it's not gonna hinder our other projects as well. So which makes great scheduling for our booking agents. Yeah.
Well, so how did you guys come up with the name Harlot, and is there any type of story behind it?
Because we love prostitutes.
Say that again?
Because we love prostitutes.
You heard them.
Because you love well, see, you guys are kind of like, you can tell you're on speaker. You guys are kind of like sounding almost like talking through a tin can.
Is it better when we're down like this?
Well, I can hear you a little bit better, but it does get muffled.
All right, how about that? Is that any better?
Yeah, that sounds much better.
Okay, it's uncomfortable for us, but we'll do it for you.
Yes, we both look like we were snuggling on the couch. Now we're actually having to sit up and lean over, which looks really weird. Like we're kind of each doing like a reverse frog of some sort. But it's pretty rock and roll, too, at the same time.
The vision I just got in my head is just wrong.
Right? Isn't it crazy? But
you want to take 5 minutes to shower your mind?
Oh, no.
Very dirty.
Yes.
Danny's we all bought each other new bathing suits yesterday, which of course meant that we were going to buy each other like the most ridiculous shorts in the world, right? I'm known for having a rather large penis. That thing.
Okay.
So, of course, I got the smallest girls' green shorts that can possibly be made.
Are they like the boy shorts?
Wild blue and orange ones. So when we walk around out here recording the record, it definitely looks like it's like 1979, which is cool as fuck, by the way. Yeah.
Like you're trying to smuggle something in?
We wish. When are you bringing it? Oh, thank you.
You know you in Palm Springs.
What was that? All I heard was Palm Springs.
Yes. Do you know what? Danny asked you if you knew any friendlies in Palm Springs.
I know Sean Smash. He lives in Palm Springs. Guitarist for Total Chaos, punk rock band.
Yeah. So that's kind of how Harlot came together, and kind of how we started on this record. And our label is Sumerian Records, which is the same label that Danny's other band Asking is on. And it's going pretty awesome. We're really excited. Making a record for me is always a lot of fun. It's always a bitch getting there, and all the things that you have to go through, kind of
Like, you've got to be sober for a few hours in a day.
That, and funding and all the little things that come into play on it are a bear, but when you finally get down and you start creating, to me, that's one of the fucking best things in the world, so.
Yeah, funding is always a problem. They should change it to not funding. And not very fun.
Doing the new Sebastian record as well as we speak, too, so that's like 4 songs in it right now as well.
Now, how did you come to be in Sebastian's band? Did you know Sebastian when he was with Skid Row, or how did that all come about?
Well, it's kind of funny how that one all came about. When I was a kid, I'm a little younger. When I was a kid, I loved Skid Row, of course. I remember listening to Sebastian sing and just sounded like he was fucking right in the room with me. Like his voice would just jump right out of the box.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I remember skipping school and listening to Slave to the Grind and Monkey Business over and over. I mean, the second record, I never even got past the first 2 tracks for about a year.
Yeah, that was definitely a good album.
Hell yeah.
Both of them were.
When he was, looking for a guitar player a few years back, we had spoke and I had, sent him some stuff and we kind of thought about it, and he ended up getting a different guitar player at that point. So over that time was when I had met Danny, and then we started working together. And Danny's other band had covered a couple Skid Row tunes on an EP that they did. And then also in some of Danny's band with Asking Alexandria, some of his music videos Sebastian was actually in, and in their home movie. So they were friends. So then when one day we all got together at the Rainbow and went out and had some dinner and stuff, and Sebastian just was like, dude, I gotta get you playing in the band, I mean, we talked about it, and we always got on together so well that, like, about a week later, we were out on tour. No rehearsals, no nothing, just killing it. And, he's awesome, man. He's just like you would expect him to be, man. He's still 17 and loves Kiss and loves rock and roll, and he's cool as fuck, so we have a blast.
Well, I mean, talk about an opportunity out of nowhere. That's pretty neat to, grow up with.
I did practice my guitar a few years along the way.
Well, I'm sure you have, but I'm talking about the opportunity to, be a part of his band, just kind of over dinner.
Well, there was other things that go into that as well, leading up to that.
Sure.
I mean, we did talk music, and I did, send music back, a few years prior and things of that nature, but. Usually, if you've got it going on, like if you're a proficient, musician, or you can do it, you can qualify somebody pretty quick. And I think with Sebastian, he knows what he wants, and I mean, I think that I was at this point, and it's great. I mean, a lot of times on the road we'll room together and things like that, and
really
we just nerd out and talk about Kiss and our favorite band, AC/DC, and have a great time doing the shows. The album, wait till you hear this record. The record is on fire. It's going to be really, really cool.
It's not actually on fire, don't worry.
Yeah, it won't burn you.
No.
Steve Stevens I think he's contributed a track already as well, as has John 5, which is cool again. John did a great song called Tunnel Vision on the last record. And it's great. It's great. It's great to send a legend like that a song and then have him write back how much he fucking digs it and that he's going to sing on it,
Right.
Really cool feeling. And I get to play with the 2 craziest fucking frontmen in rock and roll. I mean, you can maybe throw Ozzy and Axl in there as well, but, these Sebastian and Danny are single-handedly shaving years off of my life by the day, but it comes at a fun price, that's for sure. I love both of them very much.
Now, was this Sebastian's first solo album outside of Skid Row?
No, he had a couple prior. He had a great record called Angel Down, which was real kind of heavy, and then he had another great record called Kicking and Screaming, which was kind of back a little more to the rock roots, but in a modern sense. And both of them are great albums. It's funny, when we do the shows, some people will be like, all Angel Down, and then some of the people will be all Kicking and Screaming, So it's cool. There's a little bit out there for everybody, and he brings his own jam to each and every record. But I think the fans are really, really going to love this record. I mean, I think that it harkens back to, since I was so into those earlier records, I'm basically trying to make a record like that, not how it would sound nowadays.
Sure.
And I think it's going to be really cool, so it's going to be a blast.
Now, did you...
The Harlot record, on the other side, has been kind of different. We just did a Guitar World interview that, kind of put it in a very 80s feel, and then we did other things that have put it in this type of feel and stuff like that. This record is very diverse, and it's very modern, and it's going to be a very epic record, I guess. How would you explain it?
I feel like it's a little bit of everything. We have some really heavy tracks that will please the Alexandria fans. We've got some really just balls to the walls rock tunes for the Skid Row fans and the Sebastian fans. Last night we did a very gospel inspired kind of slower rock song, which is awesome. We really we span the entire spectrum. We try and do a bit of everything.
You definitely hear all of our influences in it, Yeah. You can hear the song yesterday. You can hear, some Aerosmith in it. You can hear some Bob Seger in it, and then there's other songs that have, that Ozzy Randy type of feel. There's a lot of different things going on, but in a nutshell, it still sounds like Harlot. So,
because Harlot sounds like everything.
And Harlot is awesome, as you already know.
Sounds like everything and nothing.
And of course, we'll be touring behind, the record worldwide, and we've already got some great, huge offers to go out with if we wanted to. So 2013 is going to be a badass year.
Do you think, Harlot, are you going to be touring by yourself, or do you think you'll have another band maybe opening for you?
We'll probably open for someone else at first, just so we can get the music out to as many people as possible.
It's going to be interesting to see because there's going to be a lot of radio stuff on this record. So, all it takes is for one to take off, and that changes everything. So we'll have to see how it kind of goes over. We've gotten some offers to go out with some already giant bands, which we think would be a blast, And
Justin Bieber has to cigar with him.
Yeah, on a date though. But I didn't want to go on a threesome. That was weird.
Yeah. One Direction. we did go on that date.
Yeah. But that was odd too.
Yeah, because there was 4 of them and 2 of us.
Yeah, and we kind of felt like we were going to get a couple of them were chaperoning.
Yeah, we were going to get spit roasted.
Spit roasted?
Oh. Yeah, it's where you get one in the mouth and one in the butt.
Oh God.
Yeah, and when it was just those ones, we didn't really feel like those dudes really had it going on. They kind of looked like they had all dressed at Top Man.
Yeah.
And kind of fucked me up a little bit. So
we were like, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. But then they did. And then that was weirder too.
Yeah.
So when we get a call tomorrow from One Direction's management thing,
we're going, you don't know, go fuck yourself.
Get it yourself, boys.
All right. Now, at what age? At what age?
I think we answered that question just right.
You did. It was wonderful. That's classic.
Yeah. So of course we will go out with some bands, and then we'll probably take some bands out with us as well. We definitely are going to do some kind of big one-off type of shows that will be special. This band's going to be very big in everything that it does. So it's going to be hard for us to do something that's not, which of course our accountants and managers do not want to hear.
Yep, they hate us.
But hopefully it'll all work out for everybody. So, which means let's sell some albums, hopefully.
So do you ever think, you could do, say, you could play Harlot and then play with Sebastian afterwards, or play Harlot and then Asking Alexandria? Is that something you guys would ever consider?
It's came up a lot already, because of the festivals and stuff, and I know Sebastian has a ton of summer and fall festivals coming up, and as was Asking's on pretty much every big one as well. We try to shy away from that, because it's just, I don't think it's really fair to anybody. I mean, as a performer, we'd love to do both. I would love, to do 4 shows in a day, but I wouldn't. He sings.
Right.
That'd kill me.
And he's also a big baby.
Oh, the little baby.
But we're gonna probably stay away from that thing. I mean, luckily with this thing, it's kind of like a big family. We're all friends. All the bands are friends, which is awesome. And it took a while to kind of get to that point, but now that it is, it's really cool. So we're all fans of each other, which is really fucking awesome. So I think, whoever's on one, somebody else will play another. There's enough to go around.
Are you a 4 or 5 person band?
What's that now?
Is Harlot a 4 or 5 person band? I'm trying to put it together.
Harlot is a whore?
No.
Yes, we are hosts.
It's a 4-person band.
Okay. I was trying to put together with, you shouting out names, but I wasn't quite sure if it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's Jeff George, Danny Worsnop, Bruno Agra, and Brian Weaver.
Weavesies!
So
Weavesies is right now in Philadelphia doing a little work in ready for a big show this Saturday with his band, Silvertide.
So if you're from Philly, go down, get a ticket.
Go down and chant Harlot in between songs.
Yup.
I'm sure they do.
Our friends. And we were all supposed to fly out to go watch the show, and they won't let us. We're held hostage out here, but we wish those guys a badass show. It's their first reunion show since they kind of disbanded, and I think they're going to blow the lid off the place. So,
well, best of luck to them. And you said that was right? Silvertide, correct?
Yes, Silvertide.
So, what was the first concert either one of you had attended?
My first was Bon Jovi. It was amazing. And I stood there. It was Bon Jovi, and I stood there and I was just staring up there. I was like, that's what I want to do with my life.
So,
and now I do, which is cool.
He was looking at the keyboardist, Brian, with the cool hair, and he wanted to play keyboard. Yeah, but I'm crap at it.
Brian, do you play any instruments at all?
I do. I started out playing violin, then I played trumpet.
Skin trumpet.
Then I played the skin flute. Then I played guitar, then I played bass, then I played guitar again. Now I sing.
What she does not know yet, but he will definitely be putting a trumpet solo on one of these Harlots.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite sure how that's going to sound, but fuck, it's got to be there, right?
So,
my first concert was Kiss.
Which tour?
Ooh, that's a good question. It would have been Asylum.
Asylum.
That came. I was like 5 years old. So.
Okay.
And it was unbelievable. My mom, bless her heart, she's the greatest woman in the world, took me, and it was when you could still smoke in venues, And
sure.
we were way up at the top, so she made me wear a bandana around my face so I wouldn't inhale all the smoke.
Yeah.
And it was the worst seat in the entire place, right, all the way up, but it was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life, And that was like even post-makeup and all stuff, because obviously I was huge into the makeup years.
Right.
And I kind of looked at the stage, and I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do with my life. What are you gonna do with your life?
Make money.
Play some rock.
Yeah.
Oh, does that happen anymore in rock and roll?
Yeah. Please tell me the story about this money.
What is that you speak of?
I've heard about this. No, it's weird, and I don't mean to make Jeff feel old here. But
here we go.
That means around the time you went to that Kiss concert was about the time that my mother met my father. Yeah.
How old are you, Danny?
I'm 22.
And Jeff, you're in your 20s too, right?
No, don't let my good looks fool you. I'm old. 32.
Oh, that ain't old.
Because I think they were together for like 5 years before they had me. So that puts that about the time that they met. That's cool as fuck.
Come to think of it, I believe Kiss was my first concert. I remember Warrant. I think it was Warrant, Great White or Rat, and Kiss. But I believe it was Hot in the Shade tour.
Oh, with the pyramid.
Yeah, with the
Yes, Nosey's Kiss.
Oh yeah.
I think it was.
Let's ask my girlfriend.
Ask your girlfriend what?
About my kisses.
Whoa! That was bad.
Thank you.
What would she say about your kisses?
Oh, God. How much time do we still have in this? Because it's going to take about 20 minutes.
Did they come with a massive fucking penis attached to them?
Well, by the sounds of it, it does.
No, she would say that they're very sweet and loving. I'm a very loving guy. You know this.
Yes. When he was cuddling me on the couch, I had like a semi the whole time.
I'm a lover.
So do you guys ever take your ladies out on tour with you?
I used to when I had one, but I'm a single man now. I say that in case...
No, we're all single, of course, but we love, you know, girls, women, ladies, grandmas.
Okay, if you're all single, are you looking to get into a relationship, or is it kind of
that depends.
Who it is?
That depends on your listeners' gag reflexes, to be honest.
Oh, God.
It does. We're very, you know, if you're not crying, no boner.
If you're not crying, we're not coming.
If you're not crying, what would crying have to do with that?
It's part of the gagging process.
Oh, good Lord.
Peni, as I call them.
What's those cool sounds you're making? That's weird.
You guys are crazy.
No, I mean, you know, of course, it's very difficult to have girlfriends in this industry at this point. You know, we're both excruciatingly busy. I mean, pretty much all day, every day is something with one of the bands, or social media, or interviews, you know, and things like that. So it's tough. I mean, it's tough to be able to give everything that you need to give to somebody like that, you know. And I know it's not. Sometimes it can be unfair, you know.
Do you find that a lot of women get jealous because you're dedicating so much of your time to, you know, your venues and your fans and all that stuff? Do you find a lot of women are
definitely? I mean, it's difficult to be in a band and be in a relationship. Loving the music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Okay.
And you know, I think the girl that blew up Danny's car that one time. I don't think she was scorned.
No, she was. I think it was a joke.
Blew up your car?
Definitely makes, you know, they get jealous, you know, because there's always women around, and there's
even jealous of our work.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They kind of have to know that they are not the most important things, and they don't come first. The music does.
Right. I think it takes a special.
In Danny's case, booze first, and then
drugs, booze,
woodworking,
sex, women, woodwork,
needlepoint,
quilting.
Notice that checkers. Notice that sex and women came before girlfriend.
Checkers.
Checkers is a close second to girlfriend.
Connect 4.
Oh, God. Oh, you put me in front of a Connect 4, I will be there for hours. I'll play against myself. I'll get mad when I lose. That's when
you put 4 titties together and connect them.
Yep.
Because each girl has 2 of them.
Right.
Sometimes. Not that one in Russia.
Yeah.
1.
Danny, you...
And there's that chick off, what was the movie? Total Recall. She had 3.
Yep.
Danny,
I want to meet her.
What would you do with 3 nipples?
Well, we'd have a... Not that, I wouldn't focus on the
nipples. We could each titty fuck her.
Yeah, we'd both fuck her at once.
Yeah?
That's cool as hell.
Yeah, it would be...
What else could we do? We could have her lay on the ground and just kick them.
Me, Jeff, and Bruno, giving them a swift kick in the tit. She knew what she did.
Yeah, her ears were down.
Now, Danny, you said a lady had blown up your car?
No, Jeff said that a lady had blown up my car. It was a really unfortunate event.
It was really me. I did it.
Oh, you did! It was a really unfortunate event.
It was one of those little Matchbox cars.
Yeah. It wasn't a real car.
Yeah, that's weird. Is that what you were thinking? Because that's odd.
Well, you never know. I mean,
I loved it.
Some people are...
Had all kinds of cool stickers on it, like
a NOS one.
Yeah, and like Fox Racing.
Yep, there was Dubs. Yep. Yeah, there was loads of them.
So
still have the remote though.
Yeah, I used the remote. We put the chip in Bruno's head, so we used to control him with the remote.
Can you guys tell me about a time where something went terribly wrong during a performance?
Yeah.
Now we're talking music performance.
I like your posture! You're all horns! Alright, so I have a habit of drinking alcohol.
Okay.
And when I drink lots of alcohol and I give it a microphone, it makes me say silly things. I went on stage in Dallas, And if Mike Zima is listening, he was the promoter of the evening and a friend of mine. I'm sorry, Mike. Please book me again, because he's refused to ever since. I just shouted a bunch of stuff and then kept describing my penis to the crowd.
Seattle.
Yeah, and then there was Seattle where I got really drunk, fell asleep on stage, woke up really angry and jumped in the crowd and started punching men and kissing women, which I don't think is particularly bad.
You passed out on stage?
No, I fell asleep.
Oh, well.
I got carried on stage, then fell asleep for like the first 3-4 songs, then woke up really angry.
Stage can become a comfy place.
Yeah, so I'm very comfortable on the stage, fortunately, and the comfort level, I was like, I want to take a nap. I've had a lot to drink.
As you know, Laura, I'm a consummate professional. So
yeah, he's I
usually never make a mistake, but I have had my share of things, of course. You know, sometimes you can just get a little spaced out and forget what tune you're on and go off somewhere else. I did miss a flight one time, which Sebastian will never let me live down, out of Halifax, Nova Scotia.
How did you miss the flight?
Cool falls, but I'm very eloquent from my ice skating days that I can usually put myself back up pretty quick. And I had this guitar made one time that had a kill switch in it, in a 5-way switch. That sometimes I would think that my wireless kept fucking up because it would turn off, but it was really just me hitting the switch. Little things like that. But you get good, you know, we make so many mistakes that we get good at covering them, I think.
So you've never, like, gotten sick on stage or...
Oh, I've thrown up for sure.
That's funny.
Ran behind the amps and ripped out a big poop all the time. What are you going to do? Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
What's that?
I says, are you being serious? Or is...
Yes, I once had a diarrhea and had to just run behind the amps, let it fly, and go back down. My guitar tech was none too happy.
I can imagine.
But it was just a wet fart.
So
you know, standing in the wings seems like it'd be a great place to watch a show, but it's very dangerous.
Except for when you're on stage.
Sneeze, you know, throw up. I mean, if you have the flu, what are you going to do? You just rock to the side of the stage, let it fly, old boy. Oh, boy! And then go back on with the show.
I seen a video recently where Marilyn Manson dropped on the stage and just started throwing up.
Mm-hmm. Biebs, too.
Did he have a chin in this video?
You talking about Marilyn Manson? Did he have a chin?
He didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't. I don't think he ever has.
Oh, I'm glad that got received well. That was a risky one. I didn't know if it was going to be received well, but it was.
It was. So, Danny, where are you from? Are you from England?
England.
Okay,
Well, I'm from the English Empire. Oh, boy.
So, Danny, how did Asking Alexandria form?
I don't know. I still don't fucking know. We kind of met, and then there was a thing, and then we were like, let's start a band. And then me and Ben lied to everyone and told them we had record deals, convinced them to fly to America, then revealed that we had nothing. So we lived in a Walmart parking lot for 3 months.
In a camper?
Then people heard our music and signed us, and now we're this.
Yeah, and then just started making cool albums.
Yeah, and we started making albums. And then, yeah, now I'm here doing fucking a bunch of wine.
Now I gotta live with them.
Now he's gotta pay for this shit.
Me and Danny live together, in case you don't know.
I was gonna say, are you guys roommates?
Yes, we are.
Got the same room. Yeah, housemates. We did share a room at the Grafton on Sunset and Leslie.
We would like to give a big shout out to the Grafton.
Hotel.
We're putting up with us multiple times.
Yep, I've fucked up that hotel room once. Then me and Jeff stayed there, and we fucked it up together.
Yeah, room 222 is officially just called Harlot Manor for now.
Yeah,
because they can't really lease it or rent it to any other visitors.
Because it's so fucked up.
What did you guys do?
Oh boy.
Well, there was no narcotics, I'll tell you that.
There's what?
There was no narcotics, and there was no alcohol.
And there wasn't a revolving door of every person you can possibly imagine in Los Angeles going through it.
There was no sperm stains anywhere.
Nope. And no peas on the carpet.
No peas.
We did have his and her sinks, though.
We did have his and her sinks.
Which were the sink and the bathtub.
Yep. There was never any bloody nose remains in the bath.
No.
Nobody had to clean up.
No. Danny's whole wall was not filled with snot rockets.
No.
Oh. God.
It's okay. They were. Yeah, it's fine. It's mostly scabs.
The walls inside of those rooms have a reddish tint to them, so they blend right on in.
Yep.
You probably should pay us for painting.
So you didn't start anything on fire? Did you guys manage to break anything?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Did you manage to break anything?
Danny's got the burn, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God.
Listeners, I don't have the burn. It's okay to have sex with me. I'm good at it, I promise.
So what's your favorite sex position, then?
The one where I'm inside them.
Mine's the one where she's crying.
Why would you want it crying?
True.
I like reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's no booby butt. Here's a story.
Here we go.
Here's a story.
Okay.
Fellski! Alright, so this is what we call a Fellski. This is what we found. She's listening.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, so, looking at oh, God, I can't believe I'm telling this on the radio. So I'm hooking up with this chick. We go into a cool little 69, and I just get this overwhelming smell of shit. And I'm like, did she just fart on me?
Okay.
And then I pull her off. And she's, like, been bad at wiping, and there was a bit of poo on my nose.
Oh.
So most people would have quit, but my mum always told me, quitting is for quitters. So I just wiped it off, gave her a quick run-through, and then goodbye.
Oh, my God.
I don't think I've ever seen her again.
No. That's Zabelski right there. I think for me, let's see. I love them all so much, it makes it difficult. I guess my fave is probably, I'm really into, like, the girl on her stomach for some reason. Maybe it's because she's trapped and she has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So, like, where she's laying flat and kind of arches her hind end up?
Yeah, you don't even have to arch it sometimes. If you just grind your hands right in the square of the back, you can get in.
I'm usually punching the fuck out of their lower back, so that kind of, I think that kind of lets them do like a natural arch, I like to call it. So,
hey, we call it the agony arch.
I want to give a quick shout out though to my man Brady Gates, dude, for tweeting us about the Bob Seger comment. That's cool as fuck, dude. And so you rule. And also my boy Jacob Riggin, who says he could listen to us all night. So we're going to call you afterwards and talk to you.
Oh, we're never going to stop this radio show, and you can actually listen to us all night.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Oh, you're getting tweets?
Yeah, we're getting tweets like crazy from fans and stuff like that, just about being on the air, I guess. So, fun. We do look at those things. Who knew?
Who would have guessed?
I'm looking to see if anyone sent me anything cool, but so far it's not. Someone, a shout out to Jake Lane Garrett, who said, "Go fuck yourself."
Ah, Jake, you dick!
I get a load of mean ones all the time.
Damn. We're going to start fighting back, though. We're going to actually start holding fights.
Yeah, we're going to just...
Only with the ones that are much lower than us, or like if they're like 13, you know we can take them.
Oh, it's cool to punch 13-year-olds. If you've learned nothing from this interview, and you haven't, it's punch 13-year-olds.
Not 14-year-olds or 12-year-olds.
No, because 14-year-olds will beat you up.
Hell yeah.
12-year-olds, they're not
14-year-olds nowadays are like 23-year-olds.
Which is a year older than me, so I've got no chance.
Are you talking about size or mentality? Because they are not anywhere close to 24 years old.
Haven't you ever seen a 14-year-old's boner? It's insane.
Well, it depends on the size, I suppose.
Well, it depends. It's usually the skinny ones. For some reason, they pull out these big rifles.
Yep.